Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service. As we head into Memorial Day weekend, we want to provide everyone some information on food safety, as well as grilling and how to eat a rainbow. If you are planning on making it a fun day out and about, having a picnic outdoors, we hopefully have some information to help you do so safely. First and foremost, we always encourage everyone to buy fresh and buy local, especially now. Most people think that the food in the fresh section of the grocery store is fresh, but the average supermarket produce travels about 2,000 miles to its destination, compared to your local farmer's market where the food has come within 50 miles. Basically, it's like traveling from Chicago to LA. That's a long road for your vegetables to be on. So we encourage you to look for different places that you can go, different farmers markets. You can also visit Farms NC app and find places that are near you. When you go to the farmer's market or even to the grocery store, we want to encourage you to eat a rainbow. So we tell you to pick a little color for your plate. The farmer's market will offer a colorful variety of fruits and vegetables. These things are very important because they provide the vitamins and minerals and phytochemicals that we need to help us keep strong and healthy and ward off any illnesses. So how can you fight back? The Partnership for Food Safety Education has an initiative called Fight Back. It is to help provide information to keep you food safe from bacteria. There are basically 4 food safety practices: clean, separate, cook, and chill. Their website has a lot of information, that handouts, fact sheets that can help you learn more about this. But basically, we want you to wash your hands and surfaces often. We want you to keep your raw products and your fresh products separate so that you're not cross-contaminating. We also want you to use a food thermometer to make sure that you are cooking to the proper temperatures and that you are chilling everything promptly. So as soon as you're done eating it, you don't let it sit out at room temperature or even outside for long periods of time. You get it back in the refrigerator and get it chilled promptly. So we've got some true or false questions for you. The correct temperature for the refrigerator setting is 40 degrees or colder, and for the freezer, 0 degrees. Cold temperatures keep bacteria from growing. That is true. We do recommend that you use a refrigerator thermometer to monitor the temperature inside. You want to keep the refrigerator at 40 degrees or colder to keep your food not only safe, but also keep the quality lasting as long as it possibly can. And you can get a refrigerator thermometer from a local grocery store or Walmart. They're very inexpensive. And that way also, if you lose power, you know how low or high your refrigerator got so that you can know if the food in your refrigerator is still safe. Any leftovers that you have, we recommend that you use or freeze within 3 to 4 days. We say 4-day throwaway, kind of as a catchy phrase, but officially your food is safe for 7 days after you have prepared it. The quality might not be the greatest, but food safe, that is it. True or false? Thawing at room temperature is the best method for defrosting food. That is false. You never want to thaw food at room temperature. The safest method is to defrost your food in the refrigerator. You can thaw it in cold water as long as you're changing the water every 30 minutes to keep it chilled. You can thaw it in the microwave on the defrost setting, but your food must be prepared immediately. Or you can thaw it during the actual cooking process. So go ahead and slap that piece of raw meat on your grill. It'll take longer to cook, but because it has to kind of thaw first and then it'll start cooking. True or false? It's okay to place cooked food on the same platter that held raw meat, poultry, seafood, or eggs during your meal preparations. False. You never want to place cooked, or ready to eat food on a plate that previously held raw meat, poultry, seafood, or eggs. This can cause cross-contamination. You're spreading the germs from one food or surface to another. So the Salmonella or E. coli germs that might have been on your raw meat are now on your fresh foods. So always make sure that you clean your surfaces, you clean your cutting boards before putting fresh food on them. That also means when you use a plate to carry some food out to the grill to cook, you don't want to put that cooked meat back on that same plate that you had the raw meat on. True or false? You should always wash your hands thoroughly before and after handling food. True. A person that might have bacteria or viruses on their hands can spread that around to any of the foods that you touch. So always wash your hands before or after handling food. You want to wash your hands with warm water and soap for at least 20 seconds. You can sing a birthday song, you can count to 20, whatever you want to do. This is just some tips to make sure and to remind you how to protect your family, because 1 in 6 Americans every year come down with a foodborne illness. A lot of them are children or older adults, and they are more susceptible, as well as can have longer lasting effects than those of us in the adults that are 20 to 49. Remember to follow the 4 food safety practices: clean, separate, cook, and chill. For more information, you can always go onto their website at fightback.org. We want to give you a little bit more tips about actually handling produce. So the Fight Back organization has 6 tips that they want to give you. You always want to check for any damage to the produce. You want to clean your hands before you're touching the produce. You also want to rinse your fresh fruits and vegetables. Again, you're not cleaning your fruits and vegetables with any kind of detergent or any chemicals or anything like that. You're rinsing them with water. If you need a scrub brush for your potatoes or stuff like that to scrub them a little bit more, you want to separate. So again, you're separating them from the raw products, from anything that might contaminate them. And chill. Certain produce has to be in the refrigerator, so make sure that you are storing them properly as well as quickly. You don't want to go to the grocery store or the farmer's market, buy stuff, and then run all these other errands while all of that is sitting in your vehicle. And again, throw it away. When in doubt, throw it out, but also the 4-day throwaway. So food thermometers, a little bit more about food safety and grilling. The food thermometer for testing your food, you want to place it in the thickest part of the food. You want to check into several places. You need to clean your thermometer with hot water and soap before and after each use. And remember, you cannot tell if the food is fully cooked just by looking at it. I've heard all of the, well, if the juices run clear, or if you touch it and it springs back, or if it doesn't have any pink or anything like that, you cannot see or smell or even taste foodborne illnesses. Okay, that is a quality issue, not a safety issue. We're concerned about safety. And on this chart, it has the temperatures that we recommend you cook your food to. This is the minimum internal temperature. You must reach this temperature to make sure that you have killed any of the bacteria that could be in that product. Typically, it is 145 degrees for your beef, your pork, your veal, your lamb. Ground meats is 155 to 160. Poultry is always the highest at 165. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how you need to cook your food. A couple of things to remember this summer. 1 out of every 4 hamburgers turn brown in the middle before it's reached that safe internal temperature. So that's why you just can't look at the color of it. Bacteria grows best in lukewarm foods. So you want to keep your protein foods, such as your meat, either really hot or they need to be in that refrigerator and that cold. You never want to have them standing at room temperature for more than 2 hours. If it's during the hot summer months, reduce that time to 1 hour. So you can only have your leftovers outside or, outside the house for an hour. When you're grilling foods, we recommend that you preheat the coals on your grill for 20 to 30 minutes or until the coals are lightly coated with ash. Again, when you're taking the food off the grill, don't put the cooked food back onto the same plate or same cutting board or use the same utensils that touched raw products. And we love when people are grilling some summer vegetables. So again, remember, grilling is not just for your proteins. You do want to start with a clean grill. We recommend that you cut all of your vegetables in uniform pieces so that they'll cook at the same amount of time. We recommend this if you're roasting or grilling because the small pieces will cook quicker than the big, thicker ones. Vegetables that are high in water content work well on the grill, such as asparagus, peppers, mushrooms, squash, onions, tomatoes, and corn. But your more dense veggies, such as potatoes and carrots, we recommend that you pre-cook them so they're a little softened to avoid burning while that denser inside is cooking. Your large veggies can be cooked directly on the grill after brushing with some olive oil. The small pieces might need to be in a basket or in a skewer as noted in the picture. And there's just a couple of grilling tools that you need, some kind of a metal basket, again, to cook those smaller vegetables in, or some kind of metal, wooden, or bamboo skewers for kebabs. Tongs and spatulas, you need, again, different ones for the raw meat and then new ones for the fresh vegetables. Aluminum foil can also be used to make a foil packet. So you can just put all the stuff inside the aluminum foil, wrap it up, and put it on your grill that way. We have a recipe for some grilled vegetables. So if you like some sweet potatoes, garlic, corn, eggplant, and onions, here is a recipe for you to use. And again, this has been Jennifer Brown, Family Consumer Science Agent with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension Service. Thanks for tuning in.